What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another toy photography video. In today's video, I'm going to talk and show you a little bit more about a studio light box. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about toy photography and just things that we can use, and actually things that weren't specifically designed for toy photography but work really good. And this is a prime example, is a studio light box. This particular box here, it's Puluz. I think it's how you say it. It's P-U-L-U-Z. I'm terrible with names. This is particularly, this is a big one. This is 31 and a half inches, about 31 and a half inches, about 31 and a half inches. So it's a big box. I truly love this box. It's just a great source. The beauty of it is, and I'll show you some more detailed shots a little later in the video, but it actually has built-in LED strips, which actually lights this. As you can see, the figure I have in there right now, it's a 6 scale figure, so it's a big box. You can actually get quite a few things in it. They do make different sizes of this box. You can get studio light boxes all the way down to like 12 inches by 12 inches. So it's pretty versatile. But yeah, this thing is really, really cool. I'm going to explain a little bit more how I've got it set up, but it's just amazing what you can do with this, especially on a nasty day, or if you're going to do photos like we're going to do in this video. So I tell you what, let me get things set up and we'll get to shooting some photos. All right, so let's talk a little bit about studio light boxes. Now, I love being a natural light photographer. I love going outside, using natural shading, natural light sources, but I'm also a studio photographer. I use strobes, I use constant lighting like you see right here. I've actually got a light up here above and I got a light over here. The beauty of a studio light box is versatility if you don't have opportunities to go out. Inclement weather, just any kind of factors you can think of, something like this would benefit you tremendously. Now, again, this is a 31 by 31, 31 and a half by 31 and a half by 31 and a half. Up here on the top, you actually have some LED strips. I've actually got them turned off at the moment. The inside of the actual enclosure is silver. It's very reflective. But as you can see, I've actually got white poster board taped to the sides. And I also have a plastic white backdrop. And that's for the style that I personally like to do. I've actually got a black backdrop as well that you can put in. And the backdrop is held in with Velcro. It's a tubular constructed frame. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I've actually got some yellow tape right here on my connectors because, to be honest with you, they come loose really easy. I've had this particular light box for probably 2 years, and I used to use it a lot, but then things changed and I started doing YouTube and I started going out more, and I actually didn't use it as much as I remember using it before. But things have changed. I've got a little bit more room now, and I wanted to drag it out and actually start using it again. So, but as you can see, we have a 6 scale figure. So there's tremendous amount of room in this thing. You could put a 6 scale figure on a dynamic flight stand, and you got plenty of room. Like I said, it's 31 and a half inches tall. So 31 and a half inches wide, 31 and a half inches deep. Now, the thing I really love about this thing is the fact that it has the 2 LED strips on the top. And these LED strips actually are twistable. So you can actually focus the light forward, straight down, or back. Like I said, I've currently got them off right now. The power supply that it comes with, it's very simple, on and off, and it has a dimmer slide right here. So you can actually get the lights turned on and actually just crank up the lights however you want to do it. And then on the other side, so each one of these wheels controls one side. So I've got the front ones right here lit now, and lots of lights coming, just tremendous amounts of light. So we can actually turn the back ones on. All right, so right there is full strength. That is a lot of light that comes out of this. And the beauty of it is the fact that all of this is reflective. The white backdrop, which is a seamless backdrop, so it actually goes in and arcs up. The two pieces of white poster board on each side is reflecting all of this light. So you can see how the actual figure is just getting swallowed. But that's what I like, because when we get the camera out here in just a moment, I'm going to show you some photos that I'm going to take of probably this figure. I'm probably going to break out a pop, maybe a 6-inch figure. I don't know what we'll do, but I'm definitely going to be taking some photos, using it today, and I want you guys to see it. So now we just got to get the camera ready. So I tell you what, let me get this camera readjusted, get the lights going, get the camera going, and we'll take some photos, and I'll show you my settings that I use for this particular box and for this particular style of photos. So I'll be right back. All right, so got the scene set up, and I know it's going to be hard for you guys to see this, the figure itself, but I'm going to show you the photos. But actually, I'm shooting this on my iPhone, so there's a lot of light going on. But I've got the figure actually sitting down in a chair, and just, sort of like a little relaxed pose. The camera settings that I'm going to start out with is 1/320th of a second, 4.0 on the aperture, and ISO 400. I think that's going to work because I'm remembering from the last time I shot the photos using this box, that seems like what I used, but we're going to try it out. So let's take a couple of photos and see how it looks. Oh yeah. All right, so as you can see, with the blown out on the white, it really brings out all of the other details with the figure. I mean, and I love this shot or this light system, especially because I love doing black and whites, and I'll probably do black and whites out of all of these. And I just love that seamless approach to it. And another cool thing is the fact that nothing's going to change. The studio box it's lit. So you're going to get everything you need to shoot multiple figures, multiple characters, multiple styles, and you're not going to have to do a whole bunch of different camera settings, and you're just going to be able to rock and roll. So I think the settings are good. So that was pretty much a, overall shot. Let's see what it looks like when you go in for a close-up. All right. Right there, headshot. I mean, that is like almost perfect lighting. And this is a toy, so check that out. I mean, that's the beauty of systems like this. Is I do recommend a tall table. Just saying. But you can have so much fun with it. And again, this is one of the bigger systems, and you have to gauge. I got this from Amazon. It was $149, if I remember correctly. So for $149, this is the big one. I think you can get the medium-sized ones for about half, give or take. I'll put the link in the description so you guys know. But depending on the space you have in your apartment, your home, whatever, you can tear this thing down and bag it up. So you don't have to leave it up. I have room, so I leave it up. So that's what I'm going to do. But I tell you what, guys, I'm going to swap out this figure, and I'm just going to show you some versatility with this and figures and other objects. And that way you'll see what this thing can do. So let me get something else, and I'll be right back. All right, so we're back, and I think what I wanted to try is my Deathstroke figure, 6-inch figure, and I also put him on a DC dynamic flight stand. This is the clear one, and I think I could pretty much photograph him almost in a flight pose and have very little of this stand actually coming out in the photo, to where it would make the cleanup and post a whole lot easier. So I'm going to put him right back here. I'm going to try to align it to where it makes sense. We're going to use the same camera settings, not changing anything from the 6 scale figure to this figure. And let's see what we can come up with. All right. All right. Not bad. There you go, right there. Boom. Let's do a little bit of a close up here. I'm going to zoom in on his face. That way you guys can see the beauty of this. Check out that eye right there. Wicked cool. I mean, just absolutely wicked cool. And again, that's more of a dynamic flight pose. I was curious just to see what that would do. I think we can just do more of a static pose. See what that does. Get him on the ground. There we go. We'll get him all just standing there with his. We'll make it a vanilla pose. Nothing too crazy, but right there. Now, I will say this. The one thing you will get used to is this fabric that this is made out of. It goes all the way around. So sometimes it can be a little bit of a challenge to get figures to stand. And also, if you use a white backdrop, like I'm noticing when I put it on the actual white, I'm seeing little flakes of dust. So that's the thing to sort of keep in mind, is keeping the white backdrop clean is a must, because everything that's on here will show up in your photo. So, all right, so we got Deathstroke, just a standard standing pose. Got him pretty much in the center between the two lights. Let's see what we can come up with. All right. Get my focal point up where it needs to be. All right. Let me get that where you guys can see it. But right there. Now, with toys, as Deathstroke decided he wanted to fall down, with actual toys, especially like Marvel, DC, Black Series, they are shorter. And even the 6 scale, because we got lights up here. So that's the importance of having all of this, because it bounces the light. But sometimes things like this. Now, these are Lume cubes. They're great little lights. I actually got these on sale from Amazon. I think I bought a pair of them. Oh, I think it was 60, 70 bucks, something like that. But the beauty of these is you can actually add more light. And believe it or not, sometimes you need more light. Now, do you need to go buy these? No, you don't. LED flashlights, they'll do the same thing. So basically you could put a couple of lights. They're going to kick in and actually throw light up. So let's see what that does. All right, I just took one because I wanted to compare. Oh yeah, all right. So this is without the actual Lume Cube lights. And that is with it. See how much brighter that is? Now I've got these on the highest intensity because I just wanted to explain that having, even though you have all of this light, which is a tremendous amount of light, sometimes you need just a little bit more. And you can do the same thing with some really nice LED flashlights. So if you have the budget and can afford something like the Lume Cube, great. If not, just get some flashlights. They'll do the same thing. You could actually take some more construction paper, angle it, it'll bounce up. But sometimes this is a little bit quicker. So tell you what, guys, I'm going to get something even smaller to photograph and see what I can come up with that. So I'll be right back. All right, so the next thing that I'm going to attempt to photograph, this is the first. I've not photographed one of these inside this big old LED studio light box. But we have the new Captain Rex Hot Wheel. Now, I'm going to have to change some camera settings because this thing is white. It's going to blow up big time when I put it in here. Let's get it right there. Can of compressed air, really good little touch right here. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to shoot it. I'm not even going to change nothing. 1/320th of a second on the shutter speed, 4.0, 400 on ISO. The same thing that I have shot this whole time. I'm going to see what it does with the car, and I'm going to show you. So here we go. All right. Boom. Okay. Just as I thought, it actually blew the car out. It's really, really bright. The whites, everything. It's just, now you make a camera change. I'm not going to change nothing but shutter speed. I'm going to take it up to 1/400th of a second. So there's my settings right there. 400, 400. Just to see what it does. Change. You've heard me say this before. Change one thing at a time. All right. Compare it to the other one. That's a little better. It's a little better. It's a little darker. So I think I'm going to take the shutter speed up again. Let's see, we're at 1/500th. Okay. Now, you can make all these changes on any one of the three settings. I think it depends on you. I mean, I'm the type of person that if my f-stop and my ISO is working good, I usually tend to stick with a shutter speed until I'm not satisfied with that. I don't change any of the three multiple times. I usually stick with one or the other and change it. But anyway, all right. Let me get this set up. All right, so this was the first one right here. That's the second one. And that's the third one. So you should have been able to see it's really bright, not as bright, a little darker. So just by changing one thing, we can actually make things look a little bit better. So I've made a couple of changes with the shutter speed. Now I'm going to drop the ISO down from 400 to 320, still keeping all the other settings. We'll come in and let's see here. Yes, we're getting there. All right. So this was 1/500th 4.0 and 400. And this is 1/500th 4.0 320. So there's the 400 and there's the 320. So the point of this is another good reason for one of these kits. You can sit here, just like I'm doing right now, in the comfort of your home, right? And experiment with your camera. Your light is always the same. It's not changed. This is a variable that you cannot get outside. Light is constantly changing outside, constantly. But right here, it's the same. It's static. So now you can focus on the camera and not have to worry about the light. Now, I will say this. For Hot Wheels, you may need to add some extra light because they're low to the ground. I'm going to take this up to that setting right there. And I know it's going to look a little bit different now. So let's see what this one does. All right. Let me see. Let me zoom in so you can see this. I think you'll be able to see it. If you look at the car right here on this side, how dark it is and how bright it is right there. It just lit it up. So we lit up that panel. As you see, my battery for my camera is flashing. Additional lighting. So, tell you what, guys, I'm going to change the batteries out in this camera, and I'm going to set up something, little project I'm working on, and I'll be right back. All right, so before I changed the batteries out of my camera, I remembered we talked about doing a Funko Pop. So we've done a 6 scale figure, a 12 scale figure, a Hot Wheels, now Funko Pop, and then I'm going to set up my little project. That is the reason why I really got back into using this studio box. But this particular Funko Pop Cap, I really dig him. He's really, really cool. I do have the Loom Cubes because with the Funko Pop, the problem you're going to have, all this light's coming down. And we all know how the Funko Pops, it's going to be hard to see here. So I'm going to be using Loom Cubes to light up this here. So I think it'll turn out good. Let's get Cap there. Let's get that light right there. I actually took the settings back to what we originally started at. Took a test shot there of the floor that gives me a spacer. All right, here we go. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, I can already tell it's too bright right there. So we need to actually make some setting changes. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the ISO from 400 down to 250. All right. So right there, right there. So you can already see it's really, really bright. Darkened it up. All right, so we know the ISO is working. So let's say take that down to 200. All right. Much better. First shot, second shot, third shot. Now you're seeing the colors pop. So Pop while we're photographing a Funko Pop. But the point of this was to let you know you can use this for Funko Pops too. You can put a lot of Funko Pops in here. So, but for right now, I'm definitely going to go change the batteries in my camera, and I'm going to set up my project, and I'll be right back. All right, so the project is my Mandalorian. And the Mandalorian, this is the OG one, and ever since I took the padded suit off, I have found that he has so much more flexibility and so much more posability that I'm able to actually put him in a chair and cross his legs. So I'm going to touch right here, and that should give you more of a view of inside the hood. So that lets you see how I've got him posed up. I've actually got the camera set up on a tripod, and we're actually going to do live view on it because in a situation like this, I just feel like it works a little bit better. So yeah, let me get back over to me. I feel like I'm in the dark here. But you get the gist. You're inside the hood. You're inside this LED studio, this box. Lighting's great. Now, the Mandalorian figure, there's lots of browns, grays, tans. So far, it looks like he's lit pretty good. I don't think I'm going to need to add any secondary lighting because I'm going to make these photos black and white. But I've got him framed up. So let's see what. Okay. Let me show you guys real quick what this one looks like. Let's take a look. Right there. Boom. I dig it. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see his helmet here. Very well lit. As we scroll down, there's the damage on his chest. And this is what I like to do, is just go through and just look overall on how everything's looking. We can even go, this is actually a good example right here. The trigger assembly that is behind his leg. That's how great the lighting is in this tent. So I'm telling you, I truthfully dig this this piece of equipment. It all boils down to your space, of course, budget. You can use this with an iPhone. You don't have to have a DSLR, but it just gives you more flexibility, I think, for your toy photography. So, but I think that's going to be it, guys. I know this is probably a long video, and I know that it probably could have been shot a little differently, but I wanted you guys to see it from my perspective. I know I can, like I did a little while ago, I can touch and get all this where you can see inside, but I wanted you guys to actually see the light. I wanted you to understand that you have so much light with this particular system that it's almost a one-stop shop. And I think we've proven 6 scale, 12 scale, it'll work with 18 scale, Hot Wheels, Funko Pops. So if you just need a solution, pick up a studio light box with LED lights. It doesn't have to be this brand. There are tons of them out there. This is the one that I purchased, and other than the fact I had to put tape around the joints to keep the little pipes in, I dig it. I dig it a lot. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Let me know what you think about this video. I hope you enjoyed it. But I figured since I was getting ready to start this project, I would show you how this system is, just as a FYI. I'll definitely be posting photos on Instagram of my Mandalorian project. Probably, I might do the Hot Wheel. I don't know. I'm going to be using this thing for a while. So follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and you'll see them. I'll probably even throw a photo of Mando at the end of this video, so don't stop now. Wait till you see the photos at the end. But let me know in the comments what you think. Also, if this is your first time to my channel, please make sure and hit that subscribe button and make sure you got notifications turned on. Why? Because 21K in 2021. That's my project for this year. It's a long road, but I think with your help we can achieve it. Matter of fact, I know we can. I'm confident. I'm confident we can do it. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get back to taking some photos. Really appreciate all the support you give me and my videos and my channel. But always remember, toy photography refreshes your soul, and I'll see you next time.